Welcome back. Joining me now is Angela Hager, who's going to share a little bit about Naperville CARES. Angela, first of all, what is Naperville CARES?
Naperville CARES is a not-for-profit located right here in our community, and they specialize in emergency financial assistance and resources to help local families in need.
Right. But the video we're about to see isn't just a recap of what Naperville CARES does.
No, it's not. But if anyone is interested in what CARES does or how they do it, they can of course visit their website. But this piece really focuses on that idea of why people decide to give back. So I sat down with Janet Derrick. She's the executive director of Naperville CARES, one of her board members, and a CARES volunteer. And they share some pretty personal stories about struggles that they've gone through in their lives, but how those struggles led them to being the kind of people who want to give back. So that's one part of this story. The other piece to it is that Naperville CARES actually has a car donation program. So through CARES, we were able to connect a car donor with a car recipient who was in need of transportation so she could get to work. And it was amazing to be able to be there to capture these moments between strangers.
Wow, that's fantastic. Let's take a look.
I grew up in a family that lived below the poverty line, and we were always one missed child support payment or one healthcare crisis away from really having a problem paying the bills, getting adequate housing.
I was a stay-at-home mom, and circumstances ended me in a divorce. So I had to now support 2 kids with no child support. He just left.
My brother had the trifecta of bad luck. He got divorced, he lost his job, and then he got a devastating diagnosis of cancer. So without my family, my brother would have been homeless.
We were fortunate enough to have local organizations that supported our family when I was growing up.
And I bought myself a car. I lived with my dad for 6 months. And you do need help along the way. I had a little help along the way.
For people that we work with, the people that come through our doors, they just do not have those resources. Now, they're very resilient, but they do need that sort of financial assistance because they do not have those resources like my brother had.
And you do have that one scenario where you have an unexpected trip to the emergency room. You can't get over that hump and you're living in a perpetual cycle where it gets worse and worse.
And one unexpected $400 bill could lead them potentially to homelessness. So that's what we're here for, to prevent that in the first place. So we really provide that safety net for many people that would potentially fall through the cracks. We also have a unique car program where we take donated vehicles, we pay to repair them, and we give them to families that need reliable transportation to get to work.
I was in need of a car, so I didn't have transportation to get back and forth to work.
In the suburbs, it's difficult to keep a job if you don't have a car. Rather than just selling it, I thought this could really help somebody's life.
When they called me up and said, "Kalitha, I have a car for you," I'm like, really?
It is better to give than receive.
That's so nice. Without a doubt, I probably would have ended up losing my job. If a place like Naperville CARES didn't exist, I wouldn't be able to work.
We are a community, and we are a family.
We have many different people that live here, but that's what makes us a great community. So I think it's so important that we connect with everybody on a much more personal level, because I think it just makes us better as citizens and it makes us a more complete community.
When I tell clients, we'll get into talking and I'll say, my story a little bit, and then they'll say, oh, so there is hope. And I'm like, there is hope.
We all have pride in the community we live in, and not everybody is as fortunate as a lot of us in this room. And so by giving back, you are helping elevate everybody in the community, and to me that's very important.